great in the society in that manner?
First of all, I would say I give you. And second of all, I would say that so I think the biggest advice people would give to me is learn Finnish. And it drives me nuts hearing it over and over again, but it is true to some extent. I would like bring you back trying to learn Finnish. I would do everything you can to learn Finnish. And I think there's a difference between learning it because technically in real life and I would really endeavor to use it in real life because that's the best way to practice and that's friends, partners, family. So it's technically Finnish. So this that would say first of all that find any opportunity you can practice it and like for example alongside my studies I was working in the restaurant Papas and it's a really cool like working environment and so and some people like judge someone who's working in a restaurant but I'm not ashamed of it like I did it and it's helped me finance my studies and I practiced Finnish with that. So it was a really good opportunity. I was back in helping me up the day. And I would just say, I mean, try to open up your opportunities and try to have things. Today I was having conversations on applications and I've been various mentoring programs. Piece of advice that comes up is open job applications. So tailor it to the employer in question and your CV. But I think that's a big attention. On that. I trying
today, and I think we have had an awesome conversation. I always love to have such conversation because it gives me the motivation and even as well. And one of the reasons why I started the show is to one of the main reasons is to showcase immigrants to Finland, what they are doing. I realize that the mainstream media don't talk a lot about what immigrants are doing in Finland. They don't show like a lot about what immigrants are doing in Finland. So I started this to do my own path, to show people who are doing stuff, who are working on things, who have talent, who live in Finland, and they are looking for new opportunities. So
I think that's really great. Yeah. I think we need more things like this that are really constructive, like solutions to problems.
Okay, it was really nice having you today.
Thank you.
If you love this content, if say you really enjoy this conversation, I believe you have people around the network that you want to share this with them. And looking at what she mentioned here, anyone from Africa, some of them I'm going to tag them anyway. More of them were amnesty, just tag them, tell them to employ this amazing lady here. So give her that opportunity to do what she's passionate about, what she loves. Doing what you love always gives that happiness, that peace, knowing that you are living in a society where you belong. So I always appreciate that. All right, guys. But if you don't have anyone, just share it. Maybe there's someone around your network who knows someone like that. The end point is just share. It doesn't cost you anything to share. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn. Follow the Better Media on LinkedIn. And if you have something that you really want us to talk about, also you can come on the platform and I'll give you the opportunity to talk about it as well. Or if you have an event that you want me to come there, I can also do that for you. Until then, I wish you all the best and don't forget to stay safe. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
welcome to the Betong Show. Today is going to be all about the Quadrica Tea Estate. Most of you have seen the flyers out there talking about what is will be happening today. And the purpose of this show is just to showcase what Quadrica is all about and what Quadrica tea can do to you, not only as a consumer, but to the entire community as in terms of business. So I'm coming here today with this guy because he's an awesome guy. He's doing a lot. He's an entrepreneur, doing a lot to help businesses in Cameroon. When I say businesses, I mean he has retailers who order from him, and because of him, I think they make something out of his business. So let me welcome Quadrica to the show at this point in time. Wow, Quadrica, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Debetam.
Yeah, I'm always excited when I bring talent, entrepreneurs, and usually when people hear the word talent, the thing maybe is an extraordinary word that is meant maybe only for those who are like tech-minded, talent who are into tech and so on. But talent is something which can be found anywhere. And looking at what you're doing, the discovery, should I say discovery? Of course, it's discovery. What you're building, you're using apps to not only provide people with sort of income, but you are helping people in terms of what the herbs do to their body. So it helps relieve so many things. So, but I don't want to talk so much. Let me allow you to talk today. So you're welcome to the Betom Show. It's awesome having you today.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be on this great show.
Okay, so how are you doing?
I'm doing great, as you can see from from my face.
The way you're smiling.
Yes, and I'm highly spirited.
Yeah. Yeah, as I mentioned, I come across you from a friend, and wow, when I had a conversation with you, I said no, I have to bring you to the Betom Show so that my viewers, my fans, can get to know who you are, what you are all about, and also to see how they can be part of your journey. And with this show, what I'm concerned more about is where you started, your success story, how you get started. And today, I believe your how and why is going to inspire a lot of people who are going to be watching, who are watching at this point in time. So, just give us a brief. Who is Quadrica Nyumba?
Simply put, although it's a difficult question, but I always say Quadrica Nyumba is a marketing enthusiast because I'm that kind of person who is like deep inside marketing, especially with focus on product development and market growth. I completed from the University of Douala, studying marketing, commerce, and sales. And after that, I've been working with different companies, building, working at the level of business development and business growth. And over some few years now, I've acquired that knowledge and that experience. And I thought it wise that I could also start up something like this. And Quadrica Nyombo is from the northwest region of Cameroon and a very fun person. Yeah.
I can see from the way you're talking and smiling, it shows you're a funny person. But I see you put your name there, Mr. Origin. Why Mr. Origin? Why do you use that name?
All right, that name was actually given to me by friends. Yeah, because they say most often the things that I talk and the things that I do, they always tell me that they are original. Yeah, so they gave me that name, Origin. So from there, I just adopted the name, and the name has really been like an inspiration to me to always think, to always try to create certain things, put my heads together with one or two persons, and see how we could come up with things that can solve daily problems.
Okay, I see. So, when was that moment where when you decided you want to create something like Quadrica Tea? When did you decide that you say, okay, this is it? What happened? what were you thinking in your mind? Are you like usually we say those who work with herbs are those who are people who deal with chemicals, like with chemists in the laboratory and stuff like that. They know how to combine stuff to produce what like something really cool. Do you have a background like that? You know, and because of that, you get started with Kwajika tea, or you just come off out of the blue.
No, I have no background in chemistry. Let me put it that way. I have no background in science. Science in the sciences, yeah. I'm business oriented, but I work with people in that domain. You know, you cannot know everything, so that's why you leverage on people who are professionals in the other domains, so that together you combine your knowledge and you build a very powerful team. So to answer your question, what triggered Kwajika tea? Because we started with coconut oil that we're calling Kwajika coconut oil. And shortly after we started, the crisis in the Northwest and Southwest regions took another level, like really serious. So the areas where we used to get coconuts that gave us very good quantity and quality of oil were from the Southwest regions inside those villages, and they were really attacked. So we're not able to have them any longer. So the areas where we could have them, the prices were high, and would have meant that the price of our coconut oil will be increased. So it was at that point that I was like, wait, there is silver grass around me. Why not make it available to people in tea bags like we see other teas? You understand? Such that people will not need to go behind their houses, maybe in the dark, to look for silver grass to come and boil and drink. You could make it available in tea bags. That would really be cool. So that idea came in late 2018. Yeah, and then I started implementing. I started doing serious research now in 2019.
Okay. So after the research, you know, well, what happened? How did you go about it? Did you have to hire some experts somewhere to help you with all the process, or you did it by yourself?
All right. Initially, I just like many curious persons, I started researching online, and I realized I learned a lot about herbal tea, the origin, mostly those in the Asians,
The Asia, yeah.
yeah, the Chinese and Indians. They are deep rooted when it comes to herbal tea. And in that process, I also learned that herbal tea is different from tea itself, because tea is gotten from tea plants, which we call Camellia sinensis. And to differentiate it now from the other teas, now they decided now to put in herbal, to make it herbal tea. So that research made me have that kind of opening and understand that there are so many things around us that we can make available to people in ways that do not look archaic. You understand? Like earlier, when you talk about herbs, herbal tea, people will be thinking about some concoction that you put inside bottles, some funny kind of containers and stuff like that. Yeah. But I realized with the research that we could make this thing enjoyable. You understand?
Yeah.
We could make being healthy enjoyable. Being healthy in a way that is relaxed. You consume something that maintains your health, that is natural, and in a very relaxed way in your offices, at home, at anywhere. You understand? So after that research now, we started packaging, because we took the whole of 2020 into product testing. And we spent a lot, actually. You are somebody that is also into business, and he knows what it means, what is, you know.
You talk a lot about, you talk more of we. Who are the we?
All right. I have a small team, and the team is made up of 4 persons, including myself. So I'm more like one of the thinkers. That's
like the innovative guy, the guy who is innovative in the team. I think we lost Kwadika. He's from Cameroon, so maybe he's having some internet issues. But I believe he's going to come back and join us soon.
For sales, I have two
okay,
people
sorry,
that work in production.
Sorry,
so that's
sorry,
the small team that constitutes.
Hello, Kwadika. Sorry, we lost you. We lost you. Can you get me? I think we lost him. Okay, guys. For those of you who are joining us right now, I'm with Kwadika Nyumbov, the founder of Kwadika Team, and he is here to share his story, how he gets started with Kwadika Tea Estate, and now he's talking about his team, how many they are. There are 4 of them, and he is more of an innovative mind in his team. And guys, the reason why I brought Kwadika here is for you guys to see what he's doing, what his team is doing in Cameroon, how they are revolutionizing the whole industry. They are helping, giving jobs to so many people out there who are using the tea product, you know, and also the flavor that, as you mentioned, is more of a herbal tea. When people consume it, it helps them to relieve, I don't know if it is pain or stomach issues, I don't know, but he's going to talk to us more about it. But particularly, sorry, we lost you, so I was trying to like mention what we are doing here and what we have been saying. And you you were talking about your team, how you're 4 of you, and you're more of the innovative mind in your team. So can you then take it from there?
All right. So I was emphasizing on the we, that it's a small team. It's actually a small team that we bring our ideas together, and we are able to come up with formidable things that make people feel wonderful when consuming. Like this is a cup of Kwadika tea that I'm drinking now while we're doing our show.
I hope this is not Kwadika, but it's something at least. I hope to have Kwadika someday, you know, during my show, and I have Kwadika tea. You know, wow, I wish to have that someday.
Yes, we're going to make sure that it arrives to you that way, because we have people in the US and Europe and United Arab Emirates that have it. So you too, you should have it soon.
Yeah. Is that Kwadika tea cup?
Yes, this is our branded cup.
Wow, I love that. I love that. So I mean, you were saying, can you continue from that?
Yes, I was talking about our small team. So far, with this team, we've been able to do something tremendous, you understand? And we envisage building a bigger team in future, because the idea, I don't know if I can start talking about the future of Kwadika tea now. But
we're gonna come there. Just
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that should be it for the small team that we have.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. But can you tell us a little bit more about your mission? What exactly? Well, of course, before we go to your mission, I want to know, what is Kwadika Nyumbov passionate about? What is driving you? What's really driving you to wake up every morning, do what you do?
Just one thing, that making people feel better every day. Getting up, knowing that somebody smiles because of me. It's my driving force. You understand? Sometimes you wake up and somebody tells you, wow, I'm seeing what you're doing. It's really impressive. I tested your product and it was. So those things, they make you understand that you are doing something that it's beneficial to a community. My driving force is just that I know that I'm doing something that people find it useful, people find it beneficial, and it is actually helpful.
So if Kwadika 10 years ago meet Kwadika now, what would Kwadika now tell Kwadika 10 years ago?
Kwajika now will tell Kwajika 10 years ago that you did a marvelous job. Because 10 years ago, Kwajika 10 years ago has been building this Kwajika now. And Kwajika 10 years ago will be very proud of what it is saying now. It is like, now is the right time. What you've been building, the time is now for you to let it out into the world. Now is the time for you to open up to the world and let people also benefit from the things that you've also acquired. Because I've acquired so much skills. You started by talking about helping businesses grow, and that is something that I do because I've also been trained in that direction. Last year in November, the Agency for the Promotion of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises actually trained us in that direction. And we have that skills to help other small businesses, startups to grow. And that is something that most of us young people will fail to understand, that we're not supposed to be in competition, in the real term competition. But we're supposed to bring our efforts together, help each other in the domains that we are weak in. And most often people will ask me that, but why will you give out your secrets like that to others? It should be a business secret. You should keep it secret. But I look at things from a different perspective. Recently, we're talking about the regional market, the regional market.
The regional market, yeah.
The free trade zone,
Zone, yeah.
And when we have a free trade zone like that, it's an opportunity for us, businesses like home-based businesses, to instead join our efforts and fight the conglomerates, the international guys that are coming, you understand? Rather than competing among ourselves, we should build a strong force, make our products competitive enough. But if I want to work on my own, B wants to work on his own, we'll be isolated, and there will be no way for us to make very good use or maximize the beneficial effects of the free trade zone that is coming.
Talking about the free trade zone, is already here. It's not as if it is coming. You know, recently we had a meeting. You know, I don't know if I've talked to you more about the ambitious African Cameroon initiative, or ambitious Africa initiative, which is all about helping businesses in the Nordics, in Africa, and also not only helping them, but try to connect them with businesses in the Nordics. So kind of like, if say there's a solution that a business in the resources that a business in Africa, let's say Cameroon or Kwajikati, might need, and a partner in Finland or Norway can help them with that. So there's a way we connect these guys to do business with each other, you know, to meet up with their needs. And we are actually launching. We are launching a new project, which is Entrepreneur Unleashed project, to brainstorming with entrepreneurs' talent, to pitch in their ideas. We do mentoring, try to connect them and give them the necessary skills that they need. So we're going to talk more about that after the show. We had a meeting with 10 African countries and the ICC. We talk more on e-commerce and how ICC can be, with the partnership of Ambitious Cameroon or Ambitious Africa, will drive or will help e-commerce entrepreneurs to grow their e-commerce businesses in Africa. So there's a lot that we're going to talk more on, how we can collaborate in terms of building the brand internationally or nationally. And now, most people think Africa, most people in the Western world think nothing good can come from Africa. Africa is a place where only people like poverty, something which is really, I mean, of course you know what I'm talking about. But now I can see you are doing the opposite. From you are doing it in Cameroon, and I felt that, okay, if I had this mindset like you, growing up, having this entrepreneurial mindset, growing up, to be able to focus on something that can not only be beneficial to me, but to the entire public, I would have gone for it. But now, the educational system, you come from an educational system where people are being encouraged to graduate from school, focus on jobs, or even bribe to get positions. What is so different about you? why do you have to embark on a different journey rather than going to acquire a position in the government or maybe somewhere?
All right. When I was growing up, when I graduated when I had my advanced level, even my siblings were like encouraging me I should write the government concours as an entrance exam into the public service. But that's really never been my interest, you understand? And in 2001, no, 2020, yes, last year, there is this slogan that I developed, you can make it here. And that slogan, two things actually pushed me to come up with that slogan. First, the crisis that saw a good number of us leave our own areas where we are to go to safer areas. The second was COVID that came. And I was like, those that have been able to brave the odds to stay where they are, you understand, we really need to encourage them. And I was trying to make people understand that wherever you are, when you have that positive mindset, you can make it there. Now, some people will be like, okay, just like you spoke about the educational system and whatsoever. And that is the drawback. That's something that is keeping us behind. I'm not talking about a part of the authorities. I'm not talking about a part of authorities. I'm talking about us as individuals. If you have identified a problem, it is already more than 50% of you making it. You have identified that the problem is the educational system, which means you should be thinking about solutions rather than sitting and lamenting and waiting for somebody to fix it for you. There are so many resources online, Debeton, so many resources online. Recently, I was really like surprised, happily surprised by a story that one lady shared online, that her son, she came back and discovered that her son had driven the car from the house. And when she asked the son, but where did you learn driving? The son said, I learned it on YouTube. The child is 16 years old in Cameroon. So we're saying that young people, Cameroonians, Africans, if we have realized that we have these drawbacks in our educational systems, there are so many platforms that we can make that difference. And people are failing to understand that the greatest form of education, the greatest form, is not what we have in the four rooms of our classroom, in the four walls of a classroom. Those ones, they are formal education. You understand? It's formal education. And if you have an open mind, no government is going to make you not be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Exactly, I agree with you. You know, trust me. You know, I'm someone who I always like to be honest when I face reality. I grew up in an environment where we all know that, as I mentioned, everyone, 90% think they are going to go to school. After school, they're going to get a job. If I knew what I know now, right, Kwajika, I wouldn't have traveled to anywhere. Honestly, what I know now, if I knew back then, why would I travel? I travel because I'm looking for a new opportunity, new way. I thought traveling would solve my problem. Well, traveling didn't actually solve the problem because what I know now, I studied online. Everything I know now, from coding, marketing, sales, everything, blockchain, everything, crypto. I studied everything online. Everything.
Exactly.
And I usually come online and try to educate people and bring people here in a show like this, not because I just want to have people watch, but because I want to see people, I want people to see what others are doing, how others are creative, and how they can copy the same thing from others. And looking at what you're doing, it brings me back to my next question. What is your mission? What is your big mission when it comes to Kwajikati and the future? The mission and vision.
The big mission and vision is creating what I term a herbal culture, a herbal tea culture. You understand? And that kind of culture where herbal tea, it's like a part of our life. It's like a part of our system. You wake up, you think of a cup of herbal tea, maybe in the morning before you leave the house. When you return back home, you think of a cup of herbal tea. When you're at work, maybe during break, you take a cup of herbal tea. That's the vision. That's what I'm thinking about Kwajika tea. Making people understand that there is so much for us to benefit when we decide, when we make that decision of living, that conscious decision of living healthy. Because the most important thing is that can help us live longer. Because the longer we live, the more impact we're going to make. And what can help us live longer is our lifestyle. And part of that lifestyle is what we take in, what enters our systems. You understand? And
exactly.
Herbal tea is one of such things. So it's a herbal tea culture that we're trying to build. It's a herbal tea campaign that we're trying to push. And we want other stakeholders to also join on board. It's not just about Kwajika tea, although we'll be pushing Kwajika tea too, but
I think we lost Kwajika again. It's having the network is not stable where it is in Cameroon. Network is an issue. Always the data problem always is an issue in Cameroon and also most African countries. So those of you who are joining us now, this is Kwajika Numbov, the founder of Kwajika Tea, and he has been talking to us about his story, how he gets with Kwajika Tea. And now he's just talking about the future vision, the vision and mission of Kwajika Tea. Kwajika, we lost you again, and I was just trying to go back to what we have been saying, and now maybe you can continue with the mission and vision of Kwajika Tea Estate. Are you there now?
I don't know if you are getting me.
No, we lost you again. The internet connection, the data. I don't know if the data, or I should call it internet connection or data, or whatever it is. But we lost you again, and I know internet is not stable where you are. And yeah, you were talking about the mission and vision of Kwajika Tea Estate.
Yes, I was talking about creating a herbal tea culture, and part of the creation of that herbal tea culture will be expanding our production units. You understand? Bringing in, automating the entire system. But the only thing that will not be automated, if I can put it that way, is the natural nature of the herbs that we use. So the no additives, you understand, inside. There will be 100%, 100% natural. So that's the future. And we hope to employ as much as thousands of young persons across the continent of Africa.
Wow, this is huge. I love such vision, and I believe with this initiative, a lot of people are going to get jobs and also be innovative to create something for themselves. And those who are watching now can at one point think or asking yourself, how can I how can I find you guys? How can I get in touch with Kwajika Tea? How can I contact you guys? This is the Facebook link. Let me drop it to the comment section. That's a link there. You can go there, check out what they are doing, and reach out to them through the message section. Check out there and even order. Why would you want to try out this tea? I love tea a lot. I love consuming tea, and definitely not only trying out the Kwajika Tea here in Finland. I'm looking forward to see Kwajika Tea in stores, in shops in Finland. So, I mean, you can, wherever you are, whether you are in America, Canada, wherever you are, look forward to have Kwajika Tea in shops in your area. Just reach out to Kwajika or reach out to me and look at the branding. I love the branding. This is awesome. Let me just let me bring you the main screen so that you guys can see more. Kwajika Tea. This is awesome. I love the branding. And can you take it off? Take it off. Like, let's see how it is inside. Wow, guys, this is awesome. And this is just to let you guys to make you understand that he's not just coming here to bluff or to make noise. He's coming here to show you guys that he's doing something, and he needs you, not like he needs you as per se you are doing him a favor. No, you are not doing him a favor. Together we are working to build something sustainable. And if say you consume and promote Korika brand, you are helping young people out there who are going to be working, who are going to get jobs as a result of that. So don't reach out to him as if you are trying to like, it's kind of like when you reach out to him, you are doing him a favor. No, it's business. It's business, and in business there's no favor. Business is business. You know, I had to make this like I had to stress on this particular because at times we need to I hear people talk more on helping people. You help someone who is already doing something. You support someone and promote someone who is who wants to engage in an environment where they will get more sales, to boost their business, and in return you get something back. Now, I believe you have gone through some challenges, and you are still going through some challenges in terms of maybe production, scaling. Can you name some of these challenges, and what are some remedies to these challenges?
All right. Like you said, the challenges are enormous. I'll just cite some few. When I started, I used to think that the problem was really production. But along the line, I realized that production is not a problem. It's not really a challenge because we've solved the problem of production. When we started, we're doing everything manually. So we have some machines that are helping now, you understand? And the challenge that we're facing is the problem of sales. And it comes in two fronts. The first one is, because for now, what we do is we mostly say directly, we say to the direct consumer. That's the distribution channel that we're using now. Yeah. So the reason we're not working with retail shops for now is there is a system that they operate on. And that system is you bring your products, you keep it with them. When they sell it, they give you your money and then they keep their commission. You understand? And for a small business like us, we really do not see ourselves stocking products in a particular place where we don't know how soon it's even going to sell. And we've tried some few, and when they eventually sell, getting your money to it's another problem. Those are challenges that businesses actually face. Even big businesses, they face it. But now when you are big and you have the financial strength, those things you can handle them. You understand? You can handle them. But when you're a small business like us, spending resources to follow such recoveries, we could spend those resources in doing our direct sales that we're doing now, which is not bad for the meantime. You understand? And another challenge is the challenge now for the vision, that future. So we're talking about creating thousands of jobs, creating a production plant. You understand? Yeah. So that's the bigger picture. Where now, like you were emphasizing, we'll be needing people to come in, not to help, but for business. Yeah. Coming for business. Yes, coming for business. We expand in that dimension. Expansion will benefit all of us, especially the consumers, and us too, because most of the things we will enjoy a lot of economies of scale because we'll be getting so many things in bulk. And one challenge too is the problem of getting resources around.
What do you mean by getting resources around? Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, things like packaging, for example. Those are some of the things that we're saying that if we can have those things around, it will boost our ecosystem. Imagine the money that we're sending abroad to get tea bags, to get machines to grind, to get dehydrators. You understand?
Yeah.
Those are things that if we could do them locally, Although I had one person who did the grinder that we have, we're able to find somebody that did it locally. But we're not able to find somebody that could do us a dehydrator locally. So we're forced to import. And nobody does tea bags too at home. So we're also forced to import some of those things. So those are some of the challenges that it makes it in such a way that the money that we generate, it really does not circulate within us, but it has to go out most of the time. So those are some of the challenges that we've been facing.
Yeah, and you mentioned if say you face a challenge, you have to create a solution for that. And like, I'm just thinking, if that's a challenge, then why not have a program, through the Ambitious Cameroon initiative to train young people on how to do all those stuff? Why not? So we can train some people within your like, we are not the one training as per se, but we have the resources to reach out people who can actually give such training, and if say we have a program like that, we can even our source to reach out to people who can come in and train. But now the issue is, are there people who are willing to embark on some skills and something like that? But that's something for another day. Someone is asking the question here, that let me highlight it here. What are the challenges you have during the production process? Okay, you just mentioned some of the tea bag and other stuff that you couldn't find it here, and you have to import it. I think you answered that question already.
So let me just emphasize another obstacle during the production process is the season of production. Like when we started without a dehydrator, during the rainy season, we'll have so much problems drying our herbs, making our herbs to get dry. Now, although we don't dry directly under direct sunlight, but now you need that humidity, you understand? And when places, you need you need that temperature. When places are wet, you are not able to dry, and you end up having so much loss. Yeah. So that's one of the difficulties you face in the production process.
Yeah, another question here for you. Since you are into tea and you have fever grass till now, you intend to make use of other grass, or will you end just with fever grass? Lemon grass.
Lemon grass. All right, that's now we are building Kwajika tea to have over 25 different flavors. Now we have the standard flavor, which is exclusively fever grass. We've introduced two other flavors again, ginger flavor and mint flavor. The ginger flavor is a combination of fever grass and ginger, while the mint flavor is a combination of mint and ginger. So for the person asking the questions, we have three flavors already in the market: the standard flavor, the mint flavor, and the ginger flavor. And we look forward to introducing so many other flavors because we have customers that have been asking for some other flavors, which we are still trying to research on, and we'll see in future.
Is the grass the tea or the flavor? Because I think this person is asking, you're using fever grass. Are you gonna? Yeah. Are there other grass that you can use? Should I say other herbs that you can use to make tea other than fever grass?
Yes, there are so many herbs, so many other herbs. We have something like moringa. People are doing moringa herbal tea. We have things like this. How are they calling this plant? Hibiscus. Hibiscus too is also, it has some health benefits. We have herbs too, like rosemary. We have rosemary. Yeah. Yes, there are a good number of herbs.
So you or she want to know if, say, you end just with fever grass, or you move further to the other grass that you made, those other ones that you just mentioned, other herbs.
No, we have three flavors now, so nothing is stopping us from increasing. But now we'll be increasing now, yes, gradually.
Okay, all right. So now, I want you to. We have almost come to the end of the show. Now, I want you to communicate to the viewers, those watching you, in terms of anyone you want to have as a partner. What kind of partnership are you looking for? And what exactly do you need to take you where you are now towards where you want to be in the future?
Okay. We have actually begun because last year we wanted to bring in shareholders. There were so many people that wanted to come in like shareholders, but we told them to halt a little bit so that we can do a business valuation to know the worth of the business before we bring in shareholders. And that process is going to be completed this month. So what we have now are people who put in their money and then they benefit from interest over a period of time, at most 5 years. So those people, we have 5 of them for now who have put in their money over a period of between 1 and 5 years, where they get annual interest. And over the term, and at the term of the period of which they chose, the money that they put in is refunded back to them. So for those that would like that that idea, they can come in, because the interest rate, it stems from 9% right up to 19%, depending on the duration of the investment. So for that one, we're open for now. But for those that want to come in like shareholders, they can just contact us, and then we'll keep them informed when we have valued our business, when we have valued our business and known its worth. Then we'll be able to say, if you come in with this sum of money, it will be worth this number, this percentage of shares. Then the second kind of partners that we want are those that are into agriculture, because we are processing. So those that are into agriculture that can provide us with the raw materials that we need. I take an example for mint. Mint is actually scarce. For fever grass, we have our own farm that we're growing it. But now I challenge people to, if somebody can actually cultivate mint, then they should contact me, and then we can work in partnership at that particular level.
So what you're saying is the kind of partnership that you need is going to be based like that's coming from agriculture, or someone who want to who have money and they want to invest the amount of money to get shares. You know,
exactly.
What about someone who is coming with expertise?
All right, those ones too, they're also welcome, because like I said, we're still growing and we're very open, because there are so many things that when you're building a brand like this, you have to take into consideration. Quality control, we need quality controllers, we need, because you're asking me if I had a background in chemistry and stuff like that. So we're needing a department for people that are like permanent, not just you come and then. But for now, what we do for now is we have those skills when we require and we pay for. But we're looking, since we're talking about the future, we're looking in building that kind of team that has those departments that are permanent.
Wow, I love that. You know, I just have to mention all this so that people who are watching will know how they can come in. And guys, this is a startup, and it's always awesome to invest in a startup. Maybe they can become the next Amazon in the future. Who knows? And just imagine that you own 1% of Amazon shares. You know how much you make. You know, Kwajika can become like that in the future. And I love what you guys are doing. You are looking at a bigger picture to expand across Africa, Europe. You know, you have no boundaries. You just need to work with different distributors wherever they are. And what you guys are looking forward to come up with a good business model, marketing model that will help market the business and generate sales as well. Also, partners who are going to be not people who come and put money, but people who can also give some input in terms of help the business to grow. Because I think you guys need strategic partners right now, those who actually can help to promote the brand, create brand awareness, you know, so that people will know more about what Kodika tea is all about and the kind of ingredients or like a substance that you guys are producing for the public to consume. And what I love more about the initiative is that you are focusing on healthy lifestyle. And you mentioned to me earlier, a while ago when we had a meeting, that people have testified to you, women, that the tea at one point have helped them to resolve some issues with stomach or menstrual stuff. I don't know about that, but maybe there's something in the herb that helped them based on what challenges that they were facing, and they didn't know that that actually was the solution for it. So Kwajika, it was awesome to have you here. I'm always honored when I have great minds, young, vibrant youths like me who are out there to make a difference in their communities. You are not only building a business, but you are building a community surrounding or around herbal tea, and you want to promote herbal tea in Africa and Cameroon. Trust me, I didn't know much about what you're saying, everything about what you're saying. I know. Usually, they told me that there's mint in almost every tea. I never knew that there's mint in almost all the tobacco. That there's tobacco in most tea. Is it true? Is it true?
I really cannot say for sure. But now there are different types of
tobacco.
tea.
No, let me think. It's not tobacco. It's called caffeine. Sorry, caffeine. Caffeine.
All right. No, caffeine you find it mostly in caffeinated products, coffee. You find it in coffee mostly. That's why
most tea now
yes,
have like most tea in the Western countries have caffeine.
Yes, some teas have caffeine. That's why we're encouraging herbal tea for those that do not really like caffeine, because our herbal tea is caffeine free. I think that's something important that you've highlighted that will be good, I will stress on. It has nothing to do with caffeine, and those that want caffeine free tea, I think Kwajika tea is that tea for them. And let me just, with your permission, to emphasize that Kwajika tea actually helps in relieving anxiety, pain, boosting of red blood cells, lowering cholesterol levels, helping in digestion, especially people that suffer from indigestion, helps in weight loss. And like you explained, we have testimonies of women who have used the tea and said it improved their breast milk production. Some others said it helped them to also relieve menstrual cramps. So those are some of the health benefits that you get from Kwajika tea, and it's superb. It's amazing. The flavor, the aroma.
You know what excites me now more?
No.
That you are mentioning, you mentioned all this feedback in the end. With listening to you, it's not as if you are trying to promote use of like what Kodika tea is solving people. It's not, you're not promoting Kodika tea as a medical solution to people's problems, right? But you're promoting Kodika tea as a herbal tea that can help relieve stress, pain, and something you might be going through stress, and it helps you. You might be having, so you are not branding it as okay. Kodika tea is there to relieve stress. Is there to, no. So I love that. I love that aspect of what you're doing. And we have a question here. Take this fast before we go. You made mention of coconuts. How do you combine the two? Coconut oil.
All right. Okay, coconut oil. That, like I said, we started with coconut oil. It's not like we combine it inside the herbal tea. It's a separate product on its own. It's a product on its own.
The viewer is always somehow surprised or anxious to know maybe you guys are feeding people with coconut oil.
No, we don't combine it. But now coconut oil is that kind of oil that some people actually put it like, they use it like flavor. You understand? They use like flavor. They even drop it inside their tea.
Really?
People use it. Yes.
To
have that coconut. Yes, they do that. Because especially when the production process is made for ingestion, because there are some, most production process does not permit that you ingest it. It has to be used externally. So if it is the one that is made with the process that you can ingest, because it has so much health benefits too. Coconut oil. So if you have some, just try it. Use it like flavor. Maybe in your cup of tea, like you drink tea like that. It's
maybe
so.
I'll try it. I'll try it with my hands on the ambulance number in case.
Yeah. They were not combining it with Kwajika tea, if that's what the user is trying to find out.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I believe he or she has gotten the answer already. He said, "What? I wonder how it tastes in tea." Yeah, I mean that's what I've been trying. I've tried to imagine like how it would taste in a tea. You know, the user also is asking like, wonder how it will taste in tea, coconut oil, coconut oil in a tea. But Kwajika,
yes,
we have to go now. Yeah. We have to go. I don't want to take so much time today. I believe we are going to work more in the future, and I'm going to bring you here time after, like time and again, to share some aspect of the business. Maybe there's something like give you a slot or a time slot where you can we showcase something, or we run something on the platform. Maybe you have a video, we can do something here. The platform is open to promote businesses in the Nordics and in Africa. So Kwajika tea is not going to be an exemption, you know. So we are going to do a lot in the future, and if possible, we have educational programs that will help other young people out there who want to get into business. So now I just want you to give us some advice. Advise the people who are watching you right now who might be thinking, this is difficult. How I wish I'm Kwajika. I wish I have his mindset. Talk to these people or someone out there who think everything is lost because they cannot get a job. They have tried all concourse, and what is required for them is to maybe bribe a NAM or pay one document to 10 million or 5 million. Just imagine you have 5 million now. How you I mean, excess 5 million. You know how you expand the Kwajika tea brand, and someone might be looking for another 5 million to go and buy their way in NAM, and maybe they or somewhere else. So talk to that person who is struggling right now, who think, okay, Europe is where I'm going to survive. Talk to that person to make them understand the other side of this life when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, there is. I'll start with this saying from Jim Rohn, his of blessed memory. He said, don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. You understand? Because things are never going to be easy. But if you are better, you always feel like things are easy because you're always ready. And I just want to encourage whoever is watching now or will watch later, that whatever you set your mind on doing, it's very possible for you to do. The resources are out there. There are people out there that are ready to help you. You just need to knock and the door will open. Seek and you'll find. You understand? Ask and it shall be given, like the Bible says.
Wow, you are quoting the Bible.
Yeah. Many people will be surprised about that, but it's okay. So there are some young persons that I work with at a private university in Cameroon. I don't know, maybe your show will not permit that I call the name of the university. But now they were also into herbal tea, you understand? So I was helping them to build up that particular brand. So that's what I'm talking to people about. Us not competing, but us collaborating. I'm ready to guide anybody that wants to venture in any venture whatsoever. And I'm also saying that there is a huge potential now like this in Cameroon when it comes to, yes, when it comes to, I'm into production, you understand? When it comes to packaging, startups, home-based producers have that serious challenge of having packaging for their products. We're importing everything, my brother. We're importing everything from plastic containers to plastic containers to maybe aluminum or whatever. A huge chunk of it is imported from abroad. The few people that can do it here, they're really like expensive. You understand? Some of us that are doing it here, who are paying the price. And those are the areas that people should start thinking. If we have investors that can invest in that particular domain, then it will really help us a lot. Then yes. So be open-minded, young persons like me, be open-minded, forget about the government. You understand? What people fail to understand is that the government will not build the bridge for you to cross. But if you show the government reason why they should build that bridge, they will find themselves building that bridge by night without even thinking twice. But if you just tell them that they should build that bridge, they'll not build it. But if they come, they see you standing with goods ready to cross that particular bridge, they must build it. And there is something that Jack Ma, many people know him, the Alibaba boss. He said,
Alibaba boss. AliExpress.
An environment, yes, in a society, yes, AliExpress. He says, in a society where there are no problems, we are not needed. Entrepreneurs are not needed. So if you say we don't have roads, that's an opportunity. If we say we don't have internet, it's an opportunity. If we have roads, if we have internet, there are no opportunities for us to do whatever we are supposed to do. So the things that we lack are opportunities for us as young Cameroonians, young Africans, to seize, you understand, and seek solutions to. I was very happy recently that I heard of some Cameroonians who have made incubators. They were able to produce incubators. And I saw them being used in some hospitals around. So those are some of the kind of things that we should not limit ourselves. We should keep pushing. We should keep pushing, being the better versions of ourselves all the time.
Wow. I mean, maybe you should be a motivational speaker. Maybe wherever you are, but thanks so much for coming to the Betom Show, sharing your experience, talking about Pajikati, talking about the mission, vision, and also emphasizing on the fact that the youth should embark on this journey to take the power to themselves rather than depending solely on the government. Viewers, you have heard what Pajika have said here today about his business. I believe now is the time for you to do what you must do. And what I must emphasize today is that Pajika started from somewhere, and he still wants to be. He's still going toward a direction where he doesn't know how, but he has that vision, that passion, that no matter what, he's going to get to that destination. And all what he wants is for you to partner with him, is for you to check out his plan, is for you to look at his work, to look at what he's doing, not to in a form of you are coming to do him a favor, but because you are trying to be part of something big, something great, something which is going to be a game changer in the future. We must not consume only food from the Western world. We must not consume or import everything from abroad. We can consume homemade stuff, things that are made from home. And but you can mention something about Asia. Look, the Asians are known when it comes to healthy lifestyle, tea, because they brand it. It doesn't just happen like that. They brand themselves, to be known worldwide as people or as community that deal mostly with herbal things. And we do know that there are a lot of health issues nowadays. People are having different health issues. People eat whatever thing they want to eat, and just having this tea that most people have testified about the outcome of it. Women who got good breast flow, those who had stomach issues, those who are facing different challenges, they have testified. And it's not more about the testify; it's just the fact that a lot of people are going to get jobs as well. So there's a wide range of activities that if say we look deeper into it, we're going to look and see how this is going to be like a game changer, not only to those who have like problems with themselves, but also those who need financial support. And for those of you youths who are out there, I understand what you're going through right now. I was born in that environment that I depend solely on the government. The government was my only goal when I went to school. I knew when I come back from school I'm gonna have a job. And when I came back from school, I didn't have a job. I was so frustrated, thinking, okay, I have to travel. But now traveling, guys, I'm not doing what I studied in school. No, I did law and environmental science, but look at me, I'm in media. I studied everything on my own from the internet, as what Kodika mentioned. YouTube is there, resources, like an endless resources for you to study a lot. Don't depend solely on negativity or negative content on the social media. Focus on how you can acquire new skills. With what will change your life in the future. And Kodika mentioned something also about packaging. These areas that are really highly demanded in Cameroon, work or something like that. Go online, study on how you can do something like that, to help businesses grow. And one last thing, don't forget that AI, blockchain, VAR, these are technologies that are coming, and I believe that in e-commerce, these are the solutions that are going to be helping most e-commerce businesses or businesses that are doing direct sales to embark on to build an environment where they can like guide themselves into the future. So there's a lot we are going to be doing here with Kodika and also with Ambitious Cameroon. If you guys don't know, Ambitious Cameroon is just out there to help young people, youth, talent who are into business, in entrepreneurship, those who have beautiful ideas. They are looking for a way to connect with people who can help them with the resources that they need to take their business where it is towards where they want to be. We are there not as there to give you the solutions to all of the problems, but to work with you alongside produce or provide those solutions for you. So reach out to us, reach out to me, the team lead of Ambitious Cameroon, or you can reach out to our the head of partnership or other Ambitious Cameroon member if say you want to be part of this initiative. And those of you who have projects, also reach out to us. Until then, guys, you have you take good care of yourself, and be safe. Have a nice day, Padika, and let's say goodbye to everyone.
Hi, my name is Reggie Rusan. My company is Simple Pet Solution. We help companies become GDPR